So this is the Razer Edge 5G, Razer's bold answer to portable gaming that promises console-quality gaming anywhere you've got a 5G signal. But here's the thing nobody's really talking about. After using this for 2 weeks straight, I realized this might be the best gaming handheld you absolutely don't need. And I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me because there's way more to this story than Razer wants you to know. Product overview. So what exactly are we looking at? The Razer Edge 5G is Razer's first Android-based gaming handheld through Verizon as a 5G exclusive. Think of it as a gaming-focused tablet that comes bundled with the Razer Kishi V2 Pro controller, basically two devices working as one. It's powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon G3x Gen 1, which was literally designed for mobile gaming, and it's aimed squarely at cloud gamers and mobile enthusiasts who want a dedicated device that isn't their phone. The pitch? Take your Xbox Game Pass, GeForce Now, or native Android games anywhere with that sweet 5G connectivity. Performance. Okay, specs are one thing, but how does this beast actually perform? I put this through everything, streaming Halo Infinite over 5G, running Genshin Impact natively at max settings, even emulating GameCube classics through Dolphin. And honestly, I was genuinely impressed. Native Android games run buttery smooth. We're talking Genshin Impact at a locked 60 FPS with 0 frame drops, and Dead Cells at the full 144 Hz refresh rate, which just feels incredible. The Snapdragon G3x Gen 1 chip definitely pulls its weight here, delivering performance on par with flagship Android phones. But here's where it gets interesting. Cloud gaming. With a solid 5G connection, I was playing Forza Horizon 5 and even competitive shooters like Halo with surprisingly minimal latency. I'm talking responsive enough that I didn't feel handicapped. That 144 Hz AMOLED display makes everything look smooth and gorgeous. The catch? Battery life is all over the map. Streaming games over 5G absolutely murders the battery. Expect about 3 to 4 hours max. Native Android games? Closer to 5 hours. And there's this bizarre standby drain issue where if you leave the controller attached, the device can go from 100% to dead overnight. Not ideal. Features and tech. Let's talk about what makes this thing unique. First up is that gorgeous 6.8-inch AMOLED display with 144 Hz refresh rate. This isn't just marketing fluff. Scrolling through menus and playing high frame rate games feels incredibly smooth and responsive, with vibrant colors that put the Steam Deck screen to shame. Then there's the 5G connectivity, which is the entire selling point of the Pro model. Unlike the Logitech G Cloud that only has Wi-Fi, you can literally game anywhere with Verizon coverage. I tested this on road trips, in coffee shops, even on a park bench, and it genuinely works. No more hunting for decent Wi-Fi. The Razer Nexus app serves as your gaming hub. It's where you launch games, remap controller buttons, adjust haptic feedback, and capture gameplay. It's functional, but honestly feels a bit half-baked compared to what you'd expect from Razer. And here's a cool feature. The controller is completely detachable. Playing a touch-based game like Call of Duty Mobile or watching Netflix, just pop off the Kishi V2 Pro and you've got yourself a slim Android tablet. That versatility actually really nice in practice. Design and build. Aesthetically, Razer went with a functional but somewhat dated look. The tablet itself is all plastic and glass with these absolutely massive bezels around the 6.8-inch display. And I mean massive, like 2010-era tablet bezels. It's odd considering modern phones have basically eliminated them. The Kishi V2 Pro controller feels solid with clicky micro switches and analog triggers, though it's definitely on the smaller side ergonomically. If you've got bigger hands, extended sessions might get uncomfortable. The whole package weighs just 0.88 pounds though, making it significantly lighter than a Steam Deck. Build quality is decent, but it feels sturdy enough but not quite premium for a $600 device. Pros. 5G connectivity works remarkably well for cloud gaming on the go. Detachable controller design is surprisingly versatile, lightweight and portable. Cons. Massive bezels look really dated. Standby battery drain with controller attached is terrible. Final verdict. If you're someone who doesn't have a gaming phone, travels constantly, and is deeply invested in cloud gaming services like Xbox Game Pass or GeForce Now, the Edge 5G makes sense. It's also fantastic for parents who want to give their kids a gaming device without handing them a phone. Shout out to that use case. But for most people, just buy the $100 Kishi V2 controller for your existing phone. You'll get 90% of the same experience for a fraction of the cost. The Razer Edge 5G is genuinely well designed and performs admirably, but it's a luxury product, solving a problem that your smartphone already solves. It's the best gaming handheld you probably shouldn't buy, and that's the hard truth. So that's my take on the Razer Edge 5G. But I want to know what you think. Would you drop $600 on this or just grab a controller for your phone? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this review helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.